What has surprised you most about women in general? How warm and squishy they are. As a former janitor, their cleanliness. I thought the opening to their vaginas would be higher up. Girls will continue to interact with other girls that they don't like. Pretend to be nice, friendly. How wrong the constant shit on my Instagram feed is. Most women are decent. Where are these guys meeting women? Deleted Instagram off my devices. How much foreplay actually does for them. Like, once I'm up, I'm good to go. That doesn't always do it for my wife. Worked on the foreplay game, and most days I can assure an equal exchange. If not a 1 for me and 3 for her deal. How the constant threat that 50% of the population wants to fuck them and can outpower them has shaped a lot of how women socialize. I'm constantly surprised at how nice they are and willing to sit through an annoying encounter with some dude hitting on them because they don't want to upset a man who could become violent. It really opened my eyes how different of a world they experience. When I was a kid, I thought men were the shallow ones. When I hit adulthood, holy shit, did I realize that men and women are just as shallow. All the physical shit they have to go through. Their ability to lie to themselves and hold on to something that hurts them beyond belief. The amount of low self-esteem. It's sad to see the most capable women you can come across and the most successful ones have very low self-esteem when it comes to dating, or even just simply the lack of self-love even. How they both conform to, but want to stray from traditional values. How much conversation they can have without words. They say a lot just by looking at each other. They can talk with their eyes. It's a mystery. Their friendships are so damn weird. My fiancé, as an example, has a group of 6 friends in her group she goes out with. 2 she vehemently hates, but they're friends with her other close friends and pretends to be nice. 2 and just straight shit talks them to me. 1 she's indifferent to, but dishes on her drama to me and her friends. 2 she loves to death and talks to daily. And 1 she doesn't really like that much but is really hot and is the only time she's ever proposed a threesome, which threw me off. I don't feel that way about any of my circle of friends. They're just the dudes and we all get along just fine with no drama, haha. How many have a tilted uterus? Above my original thoughts from years ago. That they are as horny as we men are. How little they understand what men actually look for in a woman. How apologetic they are. Women seem to unnecessarily apologize for everything. I get calls for tech help at the hospital where I work and they immediately apologize for it. It's my job. You're supposed to be calling me. Why are you apologizing? How horny they are. They do like you sometimes. How similar they are to actual cats. That they are not princesses. They lie. They cheat. Never put them on a pedestal and call them out on their shit. Don't take their shit test and have a happy life. The acceptance they have. That they fart so bad. How natural is for them to lie and do mental gymnastics to justify stuff. How clueless they are about men and what we go through. They can have low EQs and be emotionally immature into their 40s. Hard lesson for my son and I to learn. The ability to weaponize emotions. I'd rather be shot or blown up in Afghanistan. I've deployed there than suffer the emotional pain an attractive woman can subject you to for years. They don't say love is the slowest form of suicide for no reason. Girls like sex too. Keep it on the low though, they might patch it. Didn't know I was attractive to some women until I got a female friend and she told me her friends talk about me. Why not tell me to my face? How much they kiss and cuddle with their friend, even for straight one. How sex-hungry they are. Since I was kid, I was told women are romantic and they seeks only love and stuff while men only think of sex. As I got older, I figured out how dirty-minded women are and how horny all the time they are. Just as us. Often way worse than average man. How many of them legitimately can't differentiate left from right? Maybe this is just something I've observed among my friends who are women. But roughly half of them have admitted to me that they have to guess which direction is which most of the time. Absolutely baffles me. The amount of detail they see in a man's appearance. Example. I was told I have nice eyelashes by a lady randomly one day. They're hornier than men. The quiet conservatives are the horniest. How much they like to gossip and how little some care when they do. Lack of accountability. How much they lie. Their apathy towards situations once it's not about them. How much they get away with and act like it's only natural because they are women. Their warmth and the physical love they can give with hugs. With their hands. It's like laying down in bed when it's cold outside. On the other hand, I grew up with so many things that are simply wrong. Shallowness. I grew up thinking men were shallow. But hell no. Women are as shallow as men. Their cleanliness or hygiene. I'm more aware of my hygiene than my wife and my exes. I'm for sure cleaner. And stuff I heard through time supports that thesis. Their double standards. This is fucking annoying me. Women envy their friends. They have the ability to make love to you and say I love you while they are committing adultery. It had been 12 years since my divorce. 24 years down the drain. I still can't bring myself to trust them no matter how hard I try. They will shit talk behind each other's backs. They are very soft and warm. Also, I was kind of led to believe that women mostly aren't horny and was very caught off guard in every of my relationships. Because they all are way more horny than I am. Much more women than I previously thought can't cook a meal without causing a potential fire hazard. How horny they are. That obese women are actually very nice and cozy, and that some women really care about height a lot. That women are really harsh on each other. Dudes tend to have two setting. Interest or no interest. We talk our shit and go, but women they've mastered passive aggression to the point that it's a point attack to the heart. Slut shaming. Criticism on style. Fat shaming, just brutal against other women. I rather bare knuckle box my fellow man than go against a woman who has an issue with me. As an autistic guy, they seem more willing to help me understand social situations than men. All sorts of different mood swings when they're on their period. I had one girl break up with me then get back together with me the next night. And she said both of those were because of her period. And it was very apparent. Then there's the dilemma of the one that was always extremely horny on her period but at the same time, couldn't really do anything about it. Really quite the paradox. Surprisingly holistic when judging one's attractiveness. Women hate women more than they think men hate women. Seeing women degrade, shame and tear each other down for the stupidest things is so sad. What happened to sisterhood? How childlike they are. I used to be very don't infants lose women until I started doing a lot of dating. And now I feel like that's just who they are. They'll tell a guy they hate that they are in love with him and live 20 years that way. How cold they can be to their family, friends and partners. They have way less empathy and sympathy than men do. Also, they're colder. I work in the and still sometimes surprised by how physically strong they can be when having to restrain a grown man with psychiatric problems or lifting up an obese patient off the floor.